Hammer Gang. Cause we always hit the nail on the head. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Let me check the. Alrighty. Get this thing started pretty soon. Yes, sir. Okay. Let me see who's all in the chat. All right. So we got my boy Lenore. What's going on, man? Yes, sir. Jay Play with the Hammer Gang. Yes, sir. All right. We got Kane's Juice 305. What's going on with your boss? Nick with the Hammer Gang. What's going on, Nick? How you doing, boss? We got Chicago Bears football. I hope we practice how to run the ball. I hope we did too. Man. How to catch the ball in college at Miami. Receivers, man. Receivers. Got to talk about them receivers too. Then we got Chris at Clemson. What's going on with your boss? What's going on with you, man? Clemson looking good. You should be a happy man right now. That's what's up, Nick. That's what's up. All right. So I know CJ wanted to come on tonight too. So I'm going to have the link in the chat for him. VT, what's good with you, boss? What's going on with you, VT? All right, so we got a few things to talk about tonight, man. As y'all already know, next game, moving on to the next game. Now, unfortunately, the next game ain't this week. We on the dreaded bye weeks. Now, I say dreaded bye weeks because, well, you guys already know. You know, it's been tough bye weeks for us, man. It's been a tough bye week for us. I mean, not just this bye week. I mean, pretty much almost all the bye weeks since we've been with Manny. So let's just hope they cleared up, you know, all the issues. Now, Virginia. Manny had a press conference where he was talking about the Virginia game and how he had basically tell the guys in the locker room, man, hey, I understand the frustration. Y'all thought, you know, was a better team than Virginia, which we are, but y'all expecting an easy win. That's not gonna happen. You know, it's frustrating. The score, it is what it is, because you know you guys was expecting to blow them out and all that stuff, but being a close game and everything, y'all got to go out there, respect this team, and you know play football, play Miami football. Stop playing down to other teams' level. We escaped the game with a 5-point win. Nonetheless, it's a win. We'll take it. Moving on to North Carolina State. But we're not going to get too much into North Carolina State tonight because, like I said, we're on a bye week. So there's some things they got to address during the bye week. Now, it's a couple of different subjects we could start off on, but I just want to get a feel of who's in the chat right now. I've been doing a little roll call or whatever. Some more names starting to pop up. Now with YouTube, they upgraded their policies. So if you're subscribed to the channel but the bell is not on, they're not sending out post notifications unless you got the post notification bell turned on. So, you know, when I go live or upload videos and stuff like that, if you want to get them on time or whatever, turn on the post notification bell. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And, you know, do me a huge favor and hit the like button. And, you know, if I do say something in the video that you don't certainly agree with, we can always chop it up in the comment section. So we got Dennis in the building. What's going on with you, Dennis? David, what's good with you, boss? 352 Hurricanes, what's going on with you, boss, man? What's going on? All right. So we're gonna kick this thing off. Anybody come in late, you know, they can always, you know, rewatch or go back to wherever they miss. But we're gonna get this thing started. Like I said, CJ, if you're watching, the link is in the chat. You can just hit that and come on in. Let me double check to make sure that I put it in there. No, I don't see it. I'm gonna redo it. Oh, there you go. Okay, so the link is in the chat for you, CJ, if you want to come on in, because I know you say you want to come on tonight. So it's in the chat. Let's get this thing started. First thing first, we're going to recap the Miami versus Virginia game. First thing first. What's going on with you, boss? So Virginia came to Miami. Now, the week before, we all been, analyzing their games against Clemson, against all the other teams that they've played, wins and losses, and then we matched them up to Miami. Now, a couple guys stepped up for Miami. We was talking about it all week about, receivers need to step up. We're not, making plays. They're not going out there. They're not acting like dogs. They opened up, competition. During the week, they said there is no starters. As you guys know, normal starters are, Mark Pope, Mike Harley, D. Wiggins. Those guys' positions was all up for grabs. And, of course, with the fire underneath them, they went out, practice, and they retained their jobs. They did the best in practice according to the coaches. And then they went out, played Virginia. Mike Harley had a great game, 10 catches, 170 yards, a touchdown. And, if you watch the beginning of the game, then that first drive, we came out strong. 2 passes for a touchdown within the first, 20 seconds of the game. So we thought, okay, we're going to have a nice offensive, productive night. And then, Virginia came out, marched the ball down the field. They got a score with the tight end in the end zone, which, Bubba Bolden made a play on the ball. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. They got a touchdown. After that, everything went downhill. In the red zone, we ran the ball a lot. The run wasn't effective. Passing was on point. A lot of hard catches was made. Mike Harley, a couple of those got reviewed, and receivers was doing their thing. But run game, offensive line, we had some terrible play calling, terrible execution, to be honest. None of the running backs, during that game really excelled, but Don Chaney put out a good game. Good enough to get a touchdown, good enough to keep us alive in one drive in the red zone. Other than that, we kicked 3 field goals, which one of them was tipped. So, Borregales is no longer perfect on the season when it comes to kicking field goals. One of them was tipped. I'm pretty sure if it wasn't tipped, he would have been 3 for 3. But we at this point now should not be relying on field goals in the red zone, period. We should be turning those into touchdowns. Now, after that game, Cameron Harris took to Twitter, posted a tweet saying that he feels disrespected for the past 3 games now. What I took from that, basically the younger guys, Don Chaney and Jalen Knighton, they've been getting more snaps. If you look at the stats from that game, I think both of them took more snaps than Cameron Harris when it comes to running the ball. Chaney produced a lot more than anybody else. And, of course, towards the end of the game, we saw Robert Burns get a couple runs. So I'm guessing that's what triggered Cameron Harris to say what he said because, like I said, he went to Twitter, said he felt disrespect. Now, Cameron Harris in that game, 8 rushes for 8 yards. So he's averaging 1 yard a carry. That's not going to cut it. Now, a lot of people have been putting in different factors to this. Some saying that they think Cam is still hurt from the game where I think it was in the Louisville game where somebody went after his knees or something, or he came off the field stumbling a little bit. But that's if you're hurt, you're hurting the team by playing and taking them snaps, and you're hurting yourself. You're making yourself look bad if that's the case. If he's playing on an injury. Now, to me, all Cameron need to do, go to practice, put in that work, open up that vision a little bit better. Sometimes I see that's like a constant thing with Cam. He'll run the ball up the middle. And most of the time the D-line has been shutting it down, closing all the gaps, and he'll try to basically power his way through to pick up a couple yards. To me, I think Cameron need to learn to bounce the ball. If you running and you see that the gaps are closed, and try a different direction, try something else. Now, on some of those plays, you guys are saying that when De'Aaron King handed off the ball, those run options, he could have actually kept the ball and ran the ball himself, and we would have had more productive yards and stuff like that. Which, going over the game, I could see some of those too. But the run game, we got to address that this week. We got to address it because the passing game been stepping up. But if you can't run the ball, eventually when teams figure out and make adjustments to stop the run, stop the pass, if you can't rely on the run game, the defense is going to be on the field much longer. Eventually, we're going to start getting beat and stuff like that. A lot of you guys have been questioning Blake Baker's defense, saying that, we're giving up too much yards against teams. When the offense is not producing, other teams, their yardage is going to go up. It's going to be higher than, normal. Because if you're not producing on offense, that means, 3 and outs, you punt the ball, you give them the ball. They run the ball, they throw the ball, they might get a couple plays here and there, build up some yardage. We stop them, get the ball back, can't do nothing, give it back to them again. So they're going to have yardage on us on offense. It's going to add up. That's my only defense to Blake Baker. Blake Baker defense have been keeping us in the game. Our offense have been very inconsistent. I'm not just saying that. We all can see that. Let me check the chat and see what's going on, see what y'all thoughts are so far. Tropical Stars that wiped out the power in the ATL. I'm chilling in the dark. Oh, man, that's tough, VT. I hope they get that back on, man. I hope they get your lights back on and everything. At least you're not dealing with a full-blown hurricane. At least you're not in your backyard and all of a sudden you're like – oh, man. I just wanted to do that. But there we go. T2Y, the next group of guys with this team, you will see Miami. I absolutely believe that the freshmen, they've been stepping up. They've been challenging. I think they took exactly what Ed Reed said about competition, next man up. I think those freshmen are putting it in their minds that at any given week, I could take one of these guys' spot. I'm just as good as them. I just got to put in the work and show it. And I've been getting that vibe from the freshmen. Now, wide receiver that we should be expecting more from and seeing more from Jeremiah Payton. He was one of the guys that Rob Lakeland touched on this week when he did his press conference, saying that, he's going to get more snaps. You're going to see more of them. And let's see what Jeremiah Payton can do, because a lot of you guys want to see Jeremiah Payton on the field. I do too. Let's see if he could turn up. I wish we had punt return that can score. I mean, most of the punts that we've been receiving has not been those punts where you have the room to actually make a run. Most of them been fair catches and stuff like that. And, in the beginning of the season, that was a little bit rough with a muff punt and a fumble and stuff like that. But it's been progressing. Now, last week we did not see Restrepo Xavier, because number 7, he's been basically put into that position. But he wasn't playing this week. They didn't say why he was out, but if you ask me, if they're not telling you why guys are out, then most likely it's, COVID. It's dealing with COVID, stuff like that. Tony Graham say go Kings. Absolutely. I think we need to run crossing routes. We need to try 4 wide receivers. That could work too. I mean, we got the talent at wide receivers to do it. It's just the guys got to step up and show that they want it. Go out there, get separation, make a play on the ball. Rob Lakeland said about D. Wiggins now, say the reason you're seeing Mike and Mark doing so great is because sometimes it's just luck. The defense has been playing coverage on D. Wiggins' side a lot, so it's hard for him to, getting the passes going his way. But he's been running, according to Rob Likens, this is from his mouth, that D. Wiggins has been running the best routes. He's been consistently running good routes. So we might, see a little shake up with D. Wiggins a little bit, but let's just hope. What's going on? He said my chain hang low. Yeah, get out of here. You Clemson fans, boy. I'm telling you, if Miami make it to the ACC championship and for some odd reason beat Clemson, keep that same energy. The offensive line now, Gervin speaked on the offensive line today. Did an interview. And he was talking about, some of the key guys and what they need to do, who's going to step up. Isaiah Walker was one of the names. Isaiah Walker is, practicing, but unfortunately he's not clear to play this season. So we're going to see a lot of him next season. They working on his development. Campbell, those guys, they putting in work. Everybody's putting in work. Hopefully going into this North Carolina game, the offensive line to show that work that, Gervin say that they've been putting in. Now, Usman, a lot of us seen Usman. He started the first game against UAB, and then after that, we haven't seen pretty much, anything from him. He's been basically, according to Gervin, he's been the less productive of the few linemen. So let's hope he step it up too, because he was one of those names that we was high on and ready to see what he could do, but unfortunately, kind of had a little decline. But I think our main focus should be O-line and the run game this week, and keep the pressure on the wide receivers too. Keep it on them so they go out there and make plays, because we at this moment we know what to expect from De'Aaron King. When the going gets tough in the backfield, he's going to run. Sometimes it's very productive, and sometimes, he don't really have nowhere to go. But he's a mobile quarterback, and, at any given moment, we get an explosive play from him. I mean, Virginia game, I think it was 2nd and 20. Boom, took off running, 19 yards. So we can expect those from, De'Aaron King. But we can't expect De'Aaron King to be the leading rusher for the team every single game when we have, running backs that's capable of getting it done. They just got to, that vision got to be better. Those holes, the O-line got to block better, and to touch on the defensive point of view also, we got to get pressure on quarterbacks. We got to learn to read offense with mobile quarterbacks a lot better, because if you go back and Wholesome one did a breakdown of some of those plays on the offense of Virginia, and as you can see, when the quarterback started running, the outside is wide open. It's wide open. So I think we need to keep the line going more towards in, because when they have Jalen on the outside and he's going to the outside, the run game seemed to open up more for other teams. So I think these are all things that they're going to address in practice, and hopefully Miami come out a different, well, not say different, but a more improved team on all sides of the ball coming up against North Carolina. All right, let me see where we at in the chat. Questions, most of the coaches. Um, I'm not sure where you're going with that curveball. What if we had a punt return? I'm questioning special team coaches because of many muff punts and stuff like that happens. Sometimes the guys don't catch the ball properly, or you know to Mark Pope, the first one where he caught it and basically ran to the side, that was a fumble after. So that one wasn't really a muff, but nonetheless, you got to hold on to the ball, and you don't want to be muffing punts out there, because if you give the other team the ball in great field position, then it might be a long game for Miami. And if you up, you know, 2 touchdowns or so, and then you muff the ball and gave it back to them and they score, then it makes the game a lot longer and tougher for us to get other guys in that could probably get some time to play, because at the end of the day, we all want to see Miami go out there, dominate on both sides of the ball. We want to see some of the younger guys get in, and in order for that to happen, we're going to need some blowouts. We're going to need guys to go out there and execute earlier on in the game, you know, get it going, so we could get to see some of the younger guys, let them get some play time, some time to shine. Now, the thing that's a lot of the when you watch the interviews or the press conference, a lot of the guys have been talking about the decline when it comes to turnovers, when it comes to sacks and stuff like that from a year ago, and it's alarming. But at the same time, we've been winning games, so it's something that you kind of put to the side a little bit. But when you analyze the game, it's something that's if it continues to go that way, we might be in trouble and we might end up losing to a team that we're supposed to beat. So stuff like that got to be addressed. All right, where we at? Don't know who it is, but special team stepping. Okay. Chicago Bear. He really want to see the step up on special team. I mean, special teams has not really been the issue, because we had a couple block field goals, stuff like that. Bubba Bolden and all those guys. So I'm not necessarily too much on the special teams, but I think more on the O line and running back. The rush game. It's been pretty much non-existent for the past couple of weeks. Let's go Canes, yes sir. Hit the like button. Hey, thank you 904 Canes. Hey, hit the like button, man. Thank you. It really helps out the channel. It helps to get more people to know that I'm online. It helps other people to basically it recommends the videos and stuff like that to other people. And in the videos, I try to give you guys information and try to get it a little entertainment factor to it, just to keep you guys from falling asleep and stuff like that. But thank y'all, whoever be watching the videos and hitting the like button and stuff like that. I appreciate that, and trust me, I thank each and every one of y'all for doing that, whoever's doing it. We need Notre Dame to lose. Yeah, we definitely need Notre Dame to lose. I expect Notre Dame to have at least one loss, and that's Clemson. Now, on their schedule, where do they get that next loss? That's the question. I mean, you guys could tell me who you think going to beat Notre Dame in the ACC other than Clemson. Does anybody have any idea who's going to beat them? Because a week ago, we all thought Pitt, since Pitt had a good run defense and stuff like that, we all thought Pitt would have been the one to maybe upset them, and then they go out there and only score 3 points. And then Notre Dame just basically mollywopped them. So it's going to be tough to see who Notre Dame get that second loss to. But fortunately for Notre Dame, they don't play Miami. Unfortunate for us, we don't play Notre Dame. Now, every other team that stands in the way of Miami getting to the ACC championship is on Miami's schedule. North Carolina, we got them. Virginia Tech, basically, with the loss to Wake Forest, it's a better chance for Miami to get in there, just beat Virginia Tech. And NC State is one of those teams that's kind of hanging around. So this is Miami's, chance to knock them out and get them out of the way. And, pretty much it's gonna boil down to, Miami, Clemson, and Notre Dame. So Miami just got to keep playing Miami football, win games that we're supposed to, start actually making these games, blowouts, to be honest, because in the end, when they start debating on who they want to put in that ACC championship, if Miami has a one loss to Clemson, Notre Dame has a one loss to Clemson, then it's going to be like, who do we put in there? Who's Miami beat, who's Notre Dame beat, what the scores are like, comparing the teams and stuff like that, and they'll put somebody in there. So we just got to win games. We just got to win games in dominant fashion too. 19-14 is not acceptable. Beating Pitt 31-19 and then watch Notre Dame mollywop them, it doesn't feel good, moving towards the ACC championship, especially if we want to, grade our chance of getting in there. Say security class, Savage 21. Now, I think the recruiting class that we have for the 2021, I think as long as Miami keep going out there and winning games, I think those guys will stick. And unfortunately with recruiting and stuff, you never know what'll happen. So you just got to keep winning games and hope the guys will stick. And we recruiting wise, we also reached out to a cornerback. I think he's out of Texas. I think it's Texas that he's out of. Not quite sure where he's from, but his name is Marv Cole something. I forgot his name. But I seen earlier that Miami has gave this guy his first offer. We're the only team to reach out to this guy. Now, later on, I'm gonna pull up his hurdle video so we can see what who we're offering. So you guys could get a feel of this guy. But we're the first team to offer him. So, I'm pretty sure eventually more teams will start making offers to him, but he was, pretty grateful for the offer. Always great. Hey man, it is what it is. I'm open for trash talk all the time. That's what make college football great. That's what separate college football from a lot of sports. I love it. Beat NC State. Hey, that's the mission. That's the mission. Let's get it done. Say Miami better not come out flat. Trust me, NC State's not going to play with us. They will beat us if we don't. I'm guessing they will beat us if we don't show up. Correct. If we sleep on a team like NC State, if we don't beat them, it's going to be a close one, and it's going to be like so many mistakes that we're going to go back and look at and be like, we had this team beat. We should have beat this team. We should have executed this, executed that. We don't want to have that conversation. We don't want that conversation. We want to see Miami go out there, execute like they've been doing, make the plays that they're supposed to, and, keep it rolling. Get the win. Move on. Get the win, move on. That's my motto for the season. Win and move on. Win and move on. My Virginia post game or whatever, as you can see, I had De'Aaron King with the hat on, and he was facing this way. Virginia was in the back of his mind. Was in the Virginia symbol was in the back. So that means Virginia is behind us. Moving on. We moving forward. Next team up. Get the dub. That's all we could do. Get the dub. Teach the boy, Kane Nation run the state of Florida. Yeah, we run the state of Florida, and we want to continue to do so. So in order to do that, we got to win games, especially the ones that we're a favorite to win. We got to start covering those spreads too. And eventually, teams like Florida, we play Florida 24-25. So, we can extend our lead over Florida. Right now, the series between Florida and Miami is separated by 2 wins. Miami is up on Florida by 2 wins. So 24-25. If Miami dropped those games to Florida, we will be tied with Florida. We don't want that. Now, what I want is 24-25 for Miami to win both of those games. I mean, if we only win one of those games, then Florida will still be creeping in on us. But we don't need that. And continue to beat Florida State. And the rest of the teams, the rest of the teams in Florida, whenever they land on our schedule, continue to beat them. Keep it that Miami is the only team in Florida with a winning record over everybody. So we definitely want to, keep that going. And, as a fan base, that's great for us because it gives us a room to, battle some of the haters. Orange and green blood, what's going on, boss? How you doing, man? He said, how about we run the table 10-1, Notre Dame lose to Clemson, run the table 21. We don't go to the ACC championship, but we play somebody like the Gators or Michigan. I mean, it's a possibility that happens. I'm hoping that it don't. I hope we do go into the ACC championship game. And if we don't win the ACC championship game, I want it to be close. I want it to be a close game. I want to see, progression. I want to see us making steps forward because, trust me, a lot of those kids are going to see that. You know what? Clemson is a dominant team. Clemson has been at the top for a while now. Miami stepped it up. Miami's competing with them. And, keep it moving forward. It'll only get better. Chicago said he want Wisconsin revenge. Well, right now the Big Ten, they looking kind of fishy right now. With COVID and some of their games being canceled here and there, it might be hard to see Big Ten games this season. I'm gonna be honest with you. And when they cancel games, it's not like they're trying to. It's not like they have time to move it to another time or reschedule it or anything like that. The Big Ten came into this, college football scene so late that they basically didn't have a great plan like the SEC or the ACC does when it comes to COVID-19 and stuff, where we have bye weeks where we could use those bye weeks to reschedule games and, stuff like that. As you can see in the SEC, Florida and LSU was supposed to play this weekend. They didn't play, rescheduled. With the Big Ten, ain't no rescheduling. That's it. That game didn't get played. That game is gone. Throw it away. Unfortunately, some of those games we did want to see, some of those games would have, proved whether or not half of those teams belong where they belong at the end of the season. But it is what it is. How's it going, T2Y? Do you think we make the ACC championship this year? It's possible, bro. Like I said, win games. Don't lose, and run the table at the end. We'll see what happens. Stunner Boy, what's going on with you? Even though we're winning, we're just not dominating. That's all. Yeah, we getting the W, which, I'm loving that we actually getting the W, not, losing close games. And then, we got to go back and say, damn, we lost because of this, that, and the third. Right now, we're saying, man, we won because of this, that, and the third, but we need to improve this, that, and the third. It's trust me, it's better than we lost because of this, that, and the third. And then, we start looking mediocre. We start looking at teams like we're supposed to beat them and we didn't. So I'll take the wins, and then we could criticize, what needs to be done after. The win is the best part of the whole, ordeal or whatever. We got to get more turnovers. Yeah, man. I see we got a beautiful turnover chain, but I haven't been seeing this turnover chain as of lately as much as I want to. Whether it's interceptions, whether it's fumbles, you name it. I want to see that turnover chain a lot more often. Now, Blake Baker defense is not as blitzy as, when Manny was calling the shots or whatever, which Manny is still a part of calling the shots. But when Manny was calling the shot, we did a lot of blitz. We put a lot of pressure on guys. They threw ill-advised passes. we came away with a lot of turnovers. That's something that we need to get done, minus all the blitzing. So if we could get like pressure on quarterbacks to make them make bad decisions and stuff like that without the extra blitzing and giving up certain coverages on the side on the field where quarterback could take advantage of, then you know that just showed the progression. That just showed that our guys on the line are progressing. They doing the necessary to put the pressure on the quarterback. We need to get more sacks also because the numbers compared to last year and this year is like way low. It's below. They need to get those up. Put more pressure on the quarterback. Say Pope problem is he thinks he need to be faster than he think. Slow down, dude. I mean, Pope Pope making plays here and there, but I think what he needs to do is be more aware of the defense that he's going up against when he run his routes and everything like that, or maybe study his opponent a little bit more better. But I think Pope is doing a good job. I just think along the way, him, D. Wiggins, and Mike Harley, they kind of got comfortable. And right now, it's a fire underneath them. So we should see their progression coming up. North Carolina game, we should see if Mike Harley is going to come out with that same energy that he did against Virginia. If Mark Pope or any of those other guys could be the one to step up, because putting up great numbers, 10 catches, 170. That was what I was expecting from Mark Pope, not just against Virginia, but I've been expecting numbers like this all year. Maybe not that high in certain games, but somewhat there. And if not him, another wide receiver. Now, the wide receivers, they got to step up because, for a while now, we've been hitting the tight ends. The tight ends been getting it done. Unfortunately, Brevin Jordan is hurt, and Will Mallory stepped up. We got to give Will Mallory a lot of credit because he stepped up, and we all knew Will Mallory is a great athlete. We all know that as a tight end he could get it done. But I want to see more packages with when Brevin get healthy, Brevin and Mallory. I want to see both of them on the field. Stir up some trouble to some of these defense, and put both of them out there, send them out, and run the balls, confuse the defense a little bit, stuff like that. Oh, that's you said, what if Notre Dame beat Clemson? Then it's going to be a whole triangle. It's going to be a real big triangle, and I think Notre Dame beating Clemson is worse for Miami than Clemson beating Notre Dame. Because with Clemson beating Notre Dame, and if they actually, blow out Notre Dame, it gives us a better fighting chance to make the ACC championship. But if Notre Dame beats Clemson and it's a close game, and they both end up 10-1, Miami end up 10-1 also, then Notre Dame and Clemson gonna get that notch to play. Clemson gonna get the notch over Miami because obviously Clemson beat Miami and they've been doing it. They've been playing their other games in dominant fashion, so they're gonna get the nod over us. And with Notre Dame beating them, and that's a wrap. That's the ACC championship game. Say they play better teams, so till we play a harder team, we will always be out. Exactly. I mean, Notre Dame pretty much been playing the same teams we've been playing. So on their schedule, like the Pitt game, they blew Pitt out. They played the same Pitt we played, and they blew them out. So right now they're looking a little bit, better when it comes to the ACC championship than we are, to be honest. Oh man, $10 donation from Norman. He said we don't have enough O-line on the scholarship. Only 10, 11 guys currently. Not enough competition. We got to get more O-line recruits each season. Until we get desired numbers, same formula for our wide receivers. Yeah, we definitely we definitely got to, step it up on the O line. If we're not going to get more guys in each year to compete, the ones that we got to develop them, especially the younger guys that we're going to have, for 2 to 3 seasons. Four, you know, I'm gonna say three. I'm gonna say three because nowadays in college football, it seems like everybody is 3 and out, 3 years and then they're out. Which, to me, a lot of the guys should come back and get developed more. It'll build their stats a lot better when they're going in towards the NFL. And you don't want to get drafted and get cut right away and stuff like that. We want guys that can go out there, compete, and make the U look great, not just at Miami but after Miami. And thank you, Norman, for that $10 donation, boss. That's a touchdown for the channel. Yeah, really appreciate that, boss. You say, even though we're winning, we're not dominating. Yep, definitely not. Tank, thank you for that, boss. Really appreciate that. So, but I want Clemson to lose. Tired of them. I mean, we all want Clemson to lose. We just don't want them to lose in a fashion that's going to hurt Miami chances of making the ACC championship. If they lose to Notre Dame and they don't lose to nobody else, which I doubt they lose to anybody else, then we're not going to the ACC championship. So right now, unfortunately, we need Clemson to win. We need them to beat Notre Dame. Oh man, D said we're gonna blow out North Carolina State 42-3. That's bold right there, man. That's a bold predicament. That's a bold predicament. Man, what's going on with you, Kane Gang? How you doing, boss? That's a bold predicament right there, man. Sheesh. 42-3. Oh, Tank said 50-3. Yikes. Man. Y'all are really expecting a blowout on North Carolina State. I mean, I can see it, but I don't know. That 50 to 3 is our run game. How many touchdowns is our running back scoring on that? How many deep passes are we throwing? For the scores to be like that. Whew. All right, let me catch up. Let me try to catch up a little bit in the chat. Say North Carolina is another team we'll play that doesn't have their starting quarterback. That's 2 of the last 3. Right. Now I've been hearing that, for quite a couple weeks now that North Carolina State, I think their quarterback broke his ankle or something like that. I mean, Virginia didn't have hit their starter, but he did come in a couple times, and they started like 3 different quarterbacks. So they was a difficult team to guard regardless, because at times they had 2 quarterbacks in there, and number 99 or was it 98? One of them. He's also, you could consider him a running back whenever he's in the game, whether he's at quarterback or not, because that's how he runs. But I'm just glad Miami contained them to the part where they did. So, I mean, we got the win. That was a messy game, and we just got to move on from it. He said Miami versus Florida in the Natty. I don't want to play Florida in the Natty. I don't want to play Florida. I don't want Florida nowhere near a Natty. Because if you look at this, Miami versus Florida in the Natty, if Miami were to lose this game, we would never hear the end of this. As Miami Hurricane fans, we would never hear the end of it. Florida would look at the record between Miami and Florida and say, we don't care about that. We beat you guys in the national championship game. we beat you guys and Florida State in the national championship game, they would try to make their claim to the state of Florida. And as fans, it would be tough to, combat that. The rival between us and them is pretty close. We're up by 2 games. So if Florida make it to the Natty and Miami make it to the Natty, this is all speculation. This is all, assumption talk. If Miami beat Florida, great. We got a Natty. We beat a state rival. We got bragging rights for a while. But if they were to win, their state, they would claim this state. I don't want Florida nowhere near Natty. Maybe beat them in the playoff game. Yeah, but other than that, no. But Florida making it to the Natty this season I don't see it happening. Alabama is looking way too good right now, knocking off everything in the SEC. So I doubt that'll happen. Take no game lightly. Yep, that's the attitude. That's the attitude Miami need to go into this with. Oh, man, we got Henry Lee. Henry Lee, what's going on, boss? Said, man, y'all not playing in the ACC game. Henry Lee is a Florida State fan, so unfortunately for him, his team look like ass right now. So they don't have no hopes or dreams or anything. So basically, they're just gonna wish bad on Miami because we blew them out 52-10. Oh my God! And what? Oh, hold on, Tom. Oh, Louisville just scored again. Florida State was so hyped about a week ago. I mean, until Louisville came in and showed them who's daddy. That's crazy, man. Louisville, we beat Louisville, knocked them out, and then they come and blow you guys out like y'all didn't even exist. Tutu Atwell, Miami played him very well. Florida State defense don't exist, so it is what it is. Move on for Florida State. I say I want to see dominant wins, some more dominant wins. Yes, that's what we need. We need dominant wins because, like I said, at the end of the year, if Miami 10-1, Notre Dame 10-1, and Notre Dame's been, knocking off teams and stuff like that, well, they're gonna get in. But to a certain extent, Notre Dame has beat Pitt, dominantly. Pitt only had 3 points. Other than that, their other games has not really been that close. Other than South Florida, who they blew out like 52-10. When it comes to the ACC games that they've played, they haven't really, blown anybody out. Duke hung with them. They beat Louisville 12-7. So Notre Dame is not that far up. I just wish we played them. T2Y was missing 11 players last game. Next game they should be back. We'll be ready. Right. But in 2020, we got to keep it in mind. We got to have guys ready regardless. Because, if we was going into this game with 11 players out, we would have to still play that game and still go out there and still try to get the win. So this goes into coaching. This goes into practices and everything like that. We got to have our first, our starters. We got to have our backups just as good and just as prepared. He said, what if Miami beat Florida in the Natty? Hey, we'll love it. Trust me, we'll love it. But if it's the other way around, we're going to hate it. And we ain't going to hear the end of it. So I want to see a blowout because I want to see Tyler Van Dyke at quarterback. I think a lot of the Miami fans want to see what TVD can do. We all know that, when De'Aaron King, go out there in dominant fashion, they're going to put Perry in, and Perry's going to do his thing, get his snaps and stuff. And if we're blowing teams out like that, we definitely will see Tyler Van Dyke. Tyler Van Dyke is somebody that, the coaches are very high on. And in the press conference to Manny this week, they was asking about Tyler Van Dyke. And, what's the odds of him, you know, progressing past Perry to maybe get into that second spot? And Manny basically avoided the question. He went around it pretty much. He's like, Tyler Van Dyke is, doing his thing and blah blah blah, and both of the guys are doing their thing, but he didn't pretty much say anything about Tyler Van Dyke, being better than Perry or outplaying Perry or anything like that. So I think going forward, it's still going to be the same unless something happened in practice or on the play field to excel Tyler over Perry. But right now, Perry is still second. Tyler is still doing his thing. He's maturing, and he could be the quarterback of the future. He says Brevin Jordan going to start versus North Carolina State. I highly doubt that. I'm not sure if Brevin Jordan is even going to play against North Carolina State. I'm pretty sure during next week we'll get more updates on Brevin Jordan, whether or not he's starting, whether he's even playing at all. So I'll keep you guys posted on Brevin Jordan. But as of right now, there's no word on Brevin Jordan playing. It said last week, Mike Harley shows up, it's a lock. I hope O-line approve, like open up holes. Yeah, we gotta hope the O-line, make these adjustments, progress like Gervin been saying in these press conference. Because if we see sloppy play from the O-line, King gonna be running for his life. Sack rates gonna go up, and we're gonna be in a lot of tighter games. And if the O line doesn't tighten up, the running game gonna still be looking like it's going downhill. But we're just gonna hope and see. Hopefully, all the things that they've been saying about these practices and the guys, learning to basically do their assignment and not try to be a hero. Let's hope we see that against North Carolina State, and moving forward, beyond North Carolina State. You think we will rest? You think we will rest of our games and play Clemson? Do you think we will win out the rest of our games and play Clemson for the ACC championship, beat them, and shock the world? I think we can. I think Clemson is not unbeatable. Clemson is a very tough opponent, and as you guys have seen, they go out and they beat teams. I mean, after the game against us, they went out and beat Georgia Tech 70. I think it was like 77-7 or somewhere around there. So Clemson is playing Clemson ball, whether or not they play against Miami in the ACC championship or anybody else. They're going to come to play. I think we can make it there. But we need a few things to happen. Miami need to win out dominantly, and Notre Dame need to take a loss, maybe two, if we're lucky. But we could definitely get to the ACC championship. Beating Clemson, that is going to be on Miami coaches and players. Whatever team we get to see, if we go out there and see a Miami team that put full effort into it and we lose the game, then it is what it is. But that'll show that we're progressing. But if we go out there and get dominated and, make mental mistakes, targeting, you name it, penalties, false starts, and all those other stuff, then we're going to be in for a long game. And we might see what we saw a couple weeks ago. We probably would have more turnovers if Carter stayed. Yeah. That's targeting. Targeting's been a killer for Carter, and Carter's a senior, so every time you get targeting, you're getting pulled out of the game. He's not getting time to develop. He's not getting time to make any plays or and it's hard watching this guy that could hit so hard, but sometimes he's just in. It's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate seeing some of those tackles because, I mean, the targeting that he got called last time on, the wide receiver could be at fault for that. And Baker touched on this during his press conference. It was like, if we're gonna hold the defense accountable on these targeting, then they got to do something about the offense too, because some of those guys, are putting themselves in the predicament, or lowering wide receivers lowering their head when they're about to get tackled and stuff like that. So they got to find out something to hold these guys accountable also. After King, then what? Perry, Tyler Van Dyke, and all those other guys. Somebody got to step up, and hopefully we don't have to go into no transfer portal and get another quarterback. But keep developing the quarterback we got. Hopefully they learn from De'Aaron King, and it's a possibility that De'Aaron King do come back. So we'll, when that time comes, we'll address it. But right now, we got King. We possibly got a King again for next season, depending on how the year finish out for him. And right now, we just got to keep developing Perry, Tyler Van Dyke, and every quarterback that we got on our line. So Bolden has caused more turnover than Carter. Right. Bolden's been in the game more than Carter. Bolden been playing like a dog. Bolden been trying to step it up. And the thing I like about Bolden too is Bolden's not looking for no praise. Bolden's not looking for nobody to tell him what he's doing good. Like they've been saying, Bolden is one of those guys. Baker said that Bolden is not coming to him asking him, hey, did you see this? Did you see what I did that? No, he's like, what did I do wrong? Where do I need to fix this? How do I get to the next level? What do I need to perfect? That's what you're getting from Bolden. And seeing Bolden going out there and doing what he's doing, as fans, we're like, Bolden's playing great. But in Bolden's eyes, it's certain plays that, he need to work on, certain things he didn't do. And he sees his mistakes, he acknowledges them, and he working on all of them. Bolden is one of those guys that you wish you had like a good 6 or 7 of him on your defense. You said, but I love the Gators to beat Alabama. I don't like that team. I mean, a lot of people don't like Alabama, but we don't deal with Alabama as much as we deal with the Gators. So any Gator loss to me is is a good loss. Now, them beating Alabama this season, I doubt it. I really doubt it. I mean, if Bama beat them, more than likely, Dan Mullen will blame it on crowd noise, or maybe if they play at the Swamp or whatever, he'll blame it on them not having full capacity at 90,000 people in the stands. That's why they lost. Florida's ridiculous, man. Dan Mullen complaining all the time. Oh, we need to fill up the stands, blah blah blah. And then next thing you know, him and mostly his whole team already come down with the COVID. So Dan Mullen kind of put his foot in his mouth every time he talks. Let me see. You say Carlos says the receivers are slowly coming around. Yeah. Mike Harley in an interview basically said that they've been doing the bare minimum. They've been doing the bare minimum. They've been playing mediocre. And then he said that when the wide receivers are not producing, the offense seems to struggle. And I'm like, really, bro? Really? You think so? I mean, you can ask the coaches, you can ask the whole entire fan base. Of course, if you guys are going out there and not giving De'Aaron King nobody to pass the ball to, he's going to run the ball more. And if you guys aren't producing, then guess what? The tight ends are going to get the ball. So the wide receivers, especially the starters, because you got to realize we got some hungry freshmen. They ready. They want it. So if you don't step it up, all that mediocre stuff that you're putting out, all the bare minimum, not staying after practice to get the stuff to get the techniques done that you need and most improved on, watch somebody take your spot. Then you have nobody to blame but yourself. Yeah. I mean, we all want to see somebody beat Alabama, but I don't think Florida gonna be that team. But I mean, it's possible. I don't. Alabama don't play Florida in the regular season. In order for Florida to beat Alabama, they would have to meet in the SEC. So that means Florida would have to beat Georgia, which right now Georgia's quarterback situation ain't looking too good with since with Stetson Bennett. So Florida could beat Georgia. That's a toss-up game. We'll see what happens. I mean, Georgia do have a top defense right now, so and Florida don't even have a defense at all, to be honest. So we'll see. Tatiana, wide receivers, cornerback progression goes hand in hand. They work against each other in practice. One hand, watch the other. Okay, go sit down. Okay, go sit down. There are two position groups. Need the most. Yeah. I mean, when our wide receivers are doing good, we could tell. We could tell who's out there trying the hardest, who's trying to prove themselves. Mike Harley had a hell of a game. When our defense, cornerbacks are stepping up, Al Blades. Now Al Blades, that touchdown that UVA had, that was a miscommunication. That was a miscommunication between the defense. And, unfortunately, when stuff like that happen, you'll see blown coverage and you'll see guys wide open. It happened for us and it happened for other teams too. But other than that play and everything like that, Al Blade's been doing good all season. He's been turning around, trying to make plays on the ball. And sometimes he do get beat. Sometimes we see him get burnt. But, for the most part, he's been doing good. DJ Ivy, I think the first couple games he wasn't turning his head. I think the coaches, got that into his mind. Hey, you need to make plays on the ball, not just run with the wide receivers and stuff like that. And I think he's been doing a good job too. We've been seeing progression. How many players Clemson lose the next? If they lose to Miami, I'm not quite sure how many they will lose. I won't say they'll lose a lot of players because a lot of those kids do believe in Dabo. They do believe in Brett Venables' defense and what Clemson has to offer. Keep in mind that if Clemson lose a game here or there, they're not just going to fall off the bandwagon. They're not just going to fall to the wayside. They still have stacks of players. They still have that depth. Players on their second team could be starters elsewhere. So Clemson won't fall off completely, but it'll take consecutive losses and stuff like that for kids to stop believing in that. But Dabo's got a great system running over there, so Clemson's gonna be on top. It's just who's gonna knock them off. And right now, Miami's in good position to do so. We just got to keep moving forward. We got to keep making strides. Okay, dang! I thought I caught up with the chat. Ooh. All right, so let me go over some of the things that I was supposed to go over before I went into all of this. The bye weeks. We gotta come out strong after bye weeks. We gotta go into games after bye weeks like we actually studied for teams that we playing against. We gotta show teams that Miami is not just gonna go in the bye week and get lazy or come out slow. And basically we got to break that trend. We got to get away from that. Hopefully the new staff and everything that Miami has, Reed Lashley and all those guys, hopefully they get it together. The bye week's been tough in the Manny Diaz era, to be honest. Now, Cameron Harris, I'm gonna expect him to step it up. I'm expecting Cameron Harris to do great things this game. He's airing out his frustration. Let's just hope that he took that same energy going to practice this week and next week, come out against North Carolina, full stride, straight ahead. Don't no looking back. Forget about the last 3 games, and get your touches and be productive. That's what I'm expecting from him. Now, if he does that, that does not mean that Jalen Knighton and Don Chaney is going to step back or have a step back. I want them to keep progressing too. I want them to challenge Cameron Harris. I want them to push him to be better the same way he's going to push them to be better. These running backs got potential and just got to keep pushing it. Granted that the O-line does better and give better blocking and open up holes for them, I think the run game will start to improve more. So we're just going to keep an eye out for Cameron Harris. Now, I talked to you guys earlier about recruiting. Like I said, we gave an offer to a cornerback. So I'm gonna pull up his highlights, his hurdle highlights, and we're gonna check this out because, like I said, Miami is the only team so far to offer this guy, to give this guy an offer. He's a cornerback. Trust me, I'm gonna let you guys see his highlight. Let me see. All right, hold on. Lenore says Miami 55, NC State 17. You guys could drop your early score predictions in the chat. Let me see where you guys head at, and going into next week, we'll do this again just to see where you guys head at against North Carolina, how you feel about the progressions, and I'm pretty sure we'll get some updates on the roster and everything like that, so we'll know who's starting, who's playing, and stuff like that, and we can make score predictions again based off that. Some of you guys might keep your score prediction, you might, change it. Redhead Kane says 35-17. Okay. Tony says 28-21 Miami. Close game. 7-point win. NC State starting quarterback is out. That means game will be close. I thought it would be a little bit different, but 31-17. I thought their starting quarterback being out, then it would be a lot, maybe not as close as predicting. But hey, 31-17, it's a win. Take it. Norman said Canes win 27-24. Borregales field goal with no time on the clock. Oh man, that's a nail biter. That's what I don't want, man. I don't want that. I mean, if it comes down to that, we win the game, I'll take the win. But we in trouble. If we're beating teams by 3 points and other teams like Notre Dame plays them and then beat them by 17, 18 and 21 points and stuff like that, then we're in trouble. We're in trouble. If that's the case, then we might as well just try to win out the season and just forget about the ACC championship. Just get a good bowl game, good win, and keep recruiting. Less or 7 points at close, we might be in trouble. Oh my God! Hey, release of y'all some haters. Y'all on the chat talking about y'all want Clemson to lose. I mean, I guess Florida State want Clemson to keep winning and keep dominating their ass. I guess I don't know. You tell me, Henry. That's what you think? Clemson should just keep winning, right? You want Clemson to just keep winning and keep owning the ACC, I guess, right? That's a Florida State fan. Oh man, Florida State has really hit rock bottom right now. Hey, thank you, Big Kane 1. Hit that like button. Thank you, sir. Oh man, is this Henry Lee or this turn tally? He said, "Boy, stop." Oh my God. He said, "Don't wish bad on no one." Oh man, let me see where we at. Where we at? OG Kane, what's going on with you, boss? You say coaches have been hyping up TVD for 3 weeks now. I mean, we haven't. I mean, other than we haven't really seen much of Tyler Van Dyke. I mean, whatever the coaches are saying about him, whatever he's doing in practice, that's what they're talking about. But we don't see him on the field. I mean, games has been too close for them to take King out. So it is what it is. We barely even saw Perry against Clemson, and the Pitt game was close. The Virginia game was close. So it's hard to see Tyler Van Dyke getting any play time in close games. So if y'all want to see Tyler Van Dyke in games, hope for blowouts. BB, what's going on? He say go Gators. I swear, every time I look at that in StreamYard, it don't look like a gator. It looked like some green doodle. I swear, if anybody ever does a live show and you see this Go Gator stuff, I swear it looks like some green doodle. It don't really look like a gator. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take a picture of it and I'm gonna post it later so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It looked like some green doodle. I mean, the gators are doodle, but hey, UBA was supposed to be. Yeah, we were supposed to blow out UBA, but coming out new offense, everything like that. Guys had to get the jitters out and everything like that. The UBA game was a lot closer than we wanted it to be, but nonetheless, we got the win. We went out and played a hyped up, Louisville game afterwards, and the offense got clicking. And then we played Florida State, and they really show what this offense can really do if they play hard and stick together. But that's what I'm expecting them to do when they play against North Carolina State, to come together like they did when we played Florida State and just dominate. Said Virginia was supposed to be a blowout too. Yeah, we know. But we can't keep sleeping on teams, and we can't keep predicting blowouts and blowouts and blowouts, and then it's not happening, and then we get disappointed. Sometimes we're overlooking teams and we're sleeping on them. So you got to keep in mind, teams are watching us. They're putting packages together to stop certain things that's working for Miami. So that's on Reed Lashley and the offense to make adjustments. And defensively, whatever we're doing that's not working, we need to make adjustments and get the job done. But I understand we all expect blowouts on certain teams, especially when we see them lose to other teams in dominant fashion, and then we go out and have close game with them. It's kind of disappointing. And it kind of gives the fan base a feel that, maybe we're not as good as we think we are, or maybe we're playing down to other teams' level. This team year ain't gel every game till next year. This offense ain't been together for right. Now our coaching staff and everything, they just got together. This is their first season, most of them first season together. So just keep on looking at the progression as the season go on, and next season we'll have better recruits. We'll have more dogs coming in, and it's gonna get better as long as they stick together and they keep on pushing these players the way they're doing now. It's gonna be a lot better next season. I totally agree with you on that, OG King. Dang, Jordan doesn't have a full healthy season since day one. I mean, unfortunately for Brevin Jordan, injuries has plagued him. It's been his Achilles. Oh man, yeah, but hopefully he get fully recovered and no more injuries from him. But unfortunately, this is football. Injury happens. We just hate to see it being our guys. I mean, I don't want to see it be nobody get injured, but it's a part of the game. Trying to catch up with the you said Bolden's a boss. He's a NFL player. I mean, Bolden got some, things to work on. He's fully aware of what he needs to work on. But in the future, I definitely see, as long as he keep being healthy, keep playing the way he do, keep going out there, giving it 100, he'll definitely be in the NFL. Hopefully for the long run too. And don't sleep on Gervin Hall because he's gonna step it up too. Gervin Hall wants to be like the next red wine, so keep an eye out for him. He said Mccloud, worst player in the country. I wouldn't say that. I mean, he has his ups and downs, but just got to keep pushing forward, correct the mistakes, and keep moving. Where we at? Where we at? Take trick plays. That I want to see some trick plays. I ain't gonna lie. I think we have. I've come to think of it. I don't even think we ran a trick play other than the one pass where he flicked the ball back to De'Aaron King and he made a pass. Other than that, I don't think we really we haven't really been doing no trick plays. That's gonna be interesting to see if Rick Lashley gonna run some of those. But I mean, when you're running trick plays against teams, half the time is because you don't really believe that the schemes or the plans that you've been running can beat them. So you got to rely on trick plays. But I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing some trick plays though. They're very fun to watch. So we'll see down the line if they do run any. You think Perry will transfer next? That's a tough one. If King come back, I think that's a possibility. I think I'm not sure if Perry would want to sit behind King for another year straight. So that might be a possibility. But if King doesn't come back, I think Perry starts next season. It's his job. If Tyler Van Dyke steps up and take it, it's on Perry. But I think it's Perry's job next season. He said, AOT2, I remember when they were saying Derek King can't throw. Man, every week it's something new, boss. Every week is something new. I mean, they were saying Travis from Florida State, Jordan Travis from Florida State, they were saying that he could compete with King and stuff like that. But as you can see, it ain't the case. King is more consistent. King is a consistent quarterback, and he's a great leader. So that's what a team needs. When you got a guy that, go out and make mistakes, own up to it, rally the team back, and, let them know, hey, man, we all make mistakes and stuff. That's done with. Keep it moving. That's what you need. That's what you need. You need guys like that in the locker room. You know who I hate more than South Carolina fans? Georgia fans. I think they're Georgia, man. Georgia's a joke, to be honest with you. Georgia shows up almost every season, probably collect 10 wins or sometimes even more, and then flop. Georgia has been doing that for 40 years now. Nothing new. They think they're going to win. They think their chances of winning a natty is 100% every season when the season starts. And then when they lose, that's it. Georgia's a joke. You see, I like trick play y'all ran against a tight end, past the. That might be something we see, but hopefully those passes, be on target and get caught. What's going on with you, Demetrius? What's up, T2Y? You doing all right? Yes, sir. Thank you, boss. He said, damn, Miami making me mad. I mean, Miami been making me mad for a minute now, but I go into each season optimistic. I go into each season optimistic. Georgia is a dumpster fire program. Make sure you tell that to Uncle Lou and all the other Georgia fans that's very hyped on their Georgia Bulldogs each and every season. What's going on, Miami boy? I swear, man, every day and every show I get a new name. uh, I think yesterday I was Y2Y, now I'm TSY. You good, Miami boy? I know what you meant. Oh man, if our receivers were catching at the beginning, King would be over 70%. That I might I might agree with you on that. I might have to agree with you on that. If they would have put the same effort that they put into last game, it'd be a. I think we'll blow. Uh, I think we'll have more points than we do. I think games, I think it'll be a lot different. I think some of those situations that we get in later on in the game in the fourth quarter, battling it out with teams, I think it would have been a lot different. I think Miami would have had a lot more cushion on the scores to, make half the mistakes that they've been making. But, we don't want no mistakes, to be honest. But I think if the receivers were playing better, outcomes of games would have been different. And it would have been a lot less load on, the team. But moving forward, like I said, hopefully these receivers keep that same energy. Oh man, speaking of Georgia fans, where is Sergeant AR-10 at? I haven't seen Sergeant AR-10 since Georgia lost to Alabama. I have not seen Sergeant AR-10. He was supposed to come on the show like a week ago, I think, but he had to work at the Braves game, which the Atlanta Braves another one, and not to mention his NFL team, the Falcons. They haven't been looking good either. I think they're like 1-6. So it's been a tough year for Sergeant AR-10. Y'all keep Sergeant AR-10 in y'all prayers, man. Oh man, I'm pretty sure if Georgia get a couple wins here and there, Sergeant AR-10 to pop up. But he's been in the comment sections, so he hasn't totally disappeared. All King passes over 20 yards. I'm guessing he meant to say yards. Yeah. We've been saying that we basically want to see more deep balls thrown by King. And I mean, last game it's been happening. Receivers was making plays and stuff like that. So let's hope we see more of those, not just the pass down the field to the tight end, with the blown coverage in the middle and stuff like that. Let's just hope we get to see more of those deep balls because a lot of fans, was concerned about King and the deep pass. So let's hope this becomes a trend. And moving forward, we get more deep balls thrown and stuff like that. So let's hope it continues with Derrick King. Say what? You playing? Say you swear to God. Say you swear to God. Say you swear to God. I'm finna look that up right now. Okay. Oh man, when did that happen? Let me search that. I'm pretty sure if I just put in Trevor Lawrence, that'll tell. Not. Oh, let me see. Let me put in COVID since I'm not seeing anything on Trevor Lawrence, and I'm not seeing anything on Trevor Lawrence about COVID. So, he's gonna be a Jet next year. I like Clemson's backup quarterback. They'll be fine. You say you gotta wait for ESPN to catch on. Where did you get that information from? Yeah, send it. Yeah, send it to me. Because if Trevor Lawrence have COVID, then that's gonna be tough on Clemson. Who do Clemson play this week? Let me go see. If they play some mediocre team, they'll probably still get the win. Clemson played Boston College this week. Boston College sitting at 4-2, 3-2 in conference. Um, I, Clemson is a 29-point favorite. I think if they lose Trevor Lawrence, I think they would still win. I think they would still beat them. Uh, Marcus say Phil DeCane, that is a lie. I work for Tiger Net. It says Future Kane says, Phil, can you put it in the chat? Oh no. Okay, let me check. So this is on Twitter. I don't know if they can see that, but um, let me see if I can get it to focus. Come on, focus. Basically, say Trevor Lawrence tested positive for COVID, and that's at PFF college football. I'm at PFF college on Twitter. Uh, um, let me actually. Yeah, yeah. Kendall said, "Who cares? We're not playing Clemson, right?" But if Clemson lose Trevor Lawrence for like a week or two, I still think they'll beat Boston College. I still think Trevor Lawrence will come back the week after and just pick up where he left at. And the worst thing that could happen is Trevor Lawrence out for a week, the backup quarterback come in and he does great. He shows flashes of what to be next season. So that'll be tough. That'll probably be a plus for Clemson. Now, from searching for Trevor Lawrence and all this stuff, I see that Dabo Sweeney says that he's going to save Trevor Lawrence's number just in case Trevor Lawrence want to come back next season. Yeah, he said even without Trevor Lawrence, we'll still get the DJ. Uh, I think y'all will beat Boston College. I don't think Trevor would really make a big difference in that game. Look at what I sent you on IG. It's about just Ross. My IG, by the way, if anybody wants to add me on IG, is Hurricane T2Y, Hurricane underscore T2Y. I mean, you guys can send me anything that you see that, maybe I didn't see. I just put it in the chat for anybody, wants to add me on IG. Yes, I've heard that I've heard that that Ross was basically back in pads, back to practicing and stuff like that, trying to get back, trying to get back on the field basically. We're going to make the ACC championship game, beat Clemson, and shock the world. Hey man, Tank, keep that same energy, man. I hope everything you say come true. Yo, what's going on with you? What's going on with you, Ty? How many seniors would you take back for next year's roster? Hold on, let me pull up. I'm gonna pull up Miami's roster, and you guys could actually, play a part of who would you want to see come back. The North say he want all on back. Hey, that'll be a hell of a class. I know that much. Let's see how's it looking. All right. I'm gonna run through some seniors. I'm gonna just say their names. Y'all just put yes or no. Well, we could start off with De'Aaron King. Do y'all want De'Aaron King back next season? Yes, no. Would y'all like to see De'Aaron King back next season? I'll give it a couple seconds. We got a yes. I'm thinking most would say yes. Okay, so we got a yes, another yes. The whole roster for me. No, people will figure him out. Hmm. Depends on how he play the rest of the season. You think 2021 schedules stay the same? Um, some of the ACC games that we play this season, if our 2021 season stays the same, I think the only thing probably would change is probably home and away games. But hopefully they just resume the way it is. Like if we play Florida State at home this season, we'll play them on the road next season. Stuff like that. Just resume it like that. To keep it from being complicated. Carlos say no doubt. Demetrius says no. Um, Kendall says no. They don't want Derek King back. Yeah, I need the whole roster except Bubba and Cameron. Why Bubba? Why not Bubba? And why not Cameron? Elaborate on that, Phil. Why you don't want Bubba Bolden back and why you don't want Cameron? That should be interesting. All right. Who else we got here? Mike Harley. He's a senior. Y'all want Mike Harley to come back? Would y'all like to see Mike Harley back next season? He says, number 53, please go pro. Man, that's tough. That's tough. Okay, he said, I believe they're ready to move on to the NFL. So Bubba Bolden and Cameron, you think they're ready for the NFL? Okay. I mean, if they're ready for the NFL, having them back next season, that means we have two NFL caliber players on our team. That would make our chances of winning games a lot better. They off to Sundays. Yeah. For Mike Harley, he says hell no. Then we got a no to Harley. Demetrius says no. He said I need 53 to be a backup. Man, we need a whole wide receiver makeover. He said no thanks. Okay, so we got one person that actually wants Harley to come back. James Brown says he wants Harley back. And yes to King. I forgot that'll be selfish. I mean, I'm a Hurricane fan more than I'm an NFL fan. I'm sorry, Phil. I'm a Hurricane fan more than an NFL fan, man. Number 53 need to ask Ja'Cory Harris for a for a firefighter application. Oh my God. So basically, most of you guys don't want Mike Harley back next season. So we're going to win the rest of our games and go to the ACC championship. Speak it into existence, Tank. Speak it into existence, man. You said kids want to feed their family. I totally agree with you on that. I mean, any kid that move on and go to the NFL, I don't fault them. Now, if you gave me the option, I'd want them to stay. But if they need to move on to feed their family and stuff like that, I understand. But I do think like some of the players that move on, sometimes they move on too early, and it don't work out. I mean, perfect example, um, Jeff Thomas. Jeff Thomas is no longer on an NFL team. He said, "We need Bubba back. We trying to win." Yeah, trust me. Call me selfish, man, but I love to have the guys back, especially the ones that's gonna make plays to make Miami great again. It is what it is. All right, so mostly no's for Mike Harley. Who else? All right, so Donaldson's been pretty hurt, but he's starting to work out and stuff like that. They're gonna move him back into the lineup, but he's one of those guys I think that regardless if everybody wants him back or not, he'll be back. So Donaldson on the O line, I think he'll be back next season, regardless of if anybody says yes or no. I think he'll be back. Phil says yes on Mike Harley. They look like Harley is finally coming around. We really haven't consistent wide receivers since Richardson and Barrios. Richards and Barrios.
Daddy, somebody was calling me on the phone with your.
Okay, sorry, y'all. Kids acting crazy. None of y'all can play in football in the chat. Y'all talk about who's out there playing. Yeah, I mean everything in the chat right now is basically opinions. As long as you don't dog anybody. Yes, if you want them to come back. No, if you want to, you don't. But don't really dog out no players or call them trash or anything like that. But this is all opinion. So we might not make it to the ACC championship because ACC all Notre Dame nuts. Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, if Notre Dame keep winning, and then they're only lost to Clemson, and if their wins against the teams that we play against are a lot better than ours, then if they do make it into the ACC championship over Miami, then you know we can't really we won't really have too much to complain about. But if we start blowing out teams, and Notre Dame and us is head to head, and then they pick Notre Dame over us, then all hell's gonna break loose. All right, so seniors, Donaldson. We can move on from Donaldson. Jared Williams. He's an O line. He's a transfer from Houston. Jared Williams, not Jaron. Jared Williams from Houston. He's on the O line. Do y'all think he should come back next season? Okay. You said Jared should stay. Okay. Then we got a hell yeah to Williams. It's semi-pro team out there. Sign up. Say keep him, yes. Okay. Okay, so a lot of you guys want to see Jared Williams back. And, he's a veteran on that all line. He's one of those guys that looked pretty decent all season so far. This question mark on Nestor. Did I pass Nestor? I don't think I passed. I don't think I've gotten to Nestor yet. Jonathan Ford. Defensive line, Jonathan Ford. That's a yes. Okay, so Jonathan Ford. Do you think Jonathan Ford should come back? Okay. Say Ford got to stay. Ford, yes. Okay. So everybody agreeing that Ford should come back. Okay, so y'all got that going on. All right, so pretty much mostly yes for Ford. Say taking away Harris Hunt snaps might not be the best interest of the team. So you think Harris is going to have a tremendous year next season if, Ford don't come back? That could be interesting. And remember LT coming in next season. Yeah, we'll have Leonard Taylor, and I mean competition. Competition. If if most of these seniors stays and come back next season, we'll be loaded. Competition, loaded and have experience, so we can make a run. So fifth year seniors not producing. I know Blake Baker needs to go. Oh my God. Oh man. Y'all leave Blake alone, man. Let's see what Blake does for the rest of the season. And then do a full season evaluation on Baker. We need a stack. Yeah. Kendall said Ford probably not. All right. So a lot of you guys said yes on Ford. A couple of you are iffy on Ford, but we'll see where we at. Quincy Roche. Do y'all think Quincy Roche should come back next season? That's number 2 on the defensive line. He's a defensive tackle. Quincy Roche. Would you guys like to have Quincy Roche back next season? You say Roche is ready to go. Say, but he's always exposing his chest. Oh. Say Roche is ready to go. Yes to Roche. Man, all need to come back. Last year we had guys better than all these guys playing now, and guess what? They're right. They're home. You say, yeah, but I think he's going pro. That might be he might do go pro. I mean, if he goes into the draft, he will be drafted. And he's one of those performers to where I think if he goes into the NFL Combine, he'll produce. And for any team, I think Quincy Roche would be good. You forgot about. Yeah, if he come back, that'll be tremendous. Okay, so OG Kane says Trevor Lawrence test positive. Trevor Lawrence test positive. So that's 2 people so far that says it. So that might be, that might be tough for Clemson, but I think they'll beat BC without Trevor Lawrence. But I don't think he come back. Yeah, I'm not sure if Roche would come back because he's having a good season, and I think he's NFL ready. Now, if Miami gets Roche to come back, we'll be a force to be reckoned with on that defensive side, especially on the line. Okay, who else is a senior? Number 53, Zach Mccloud. Do y'all want Zach Mccloud to come back? He didn't get drafted, but he's with the Patriots right now. He got signed to the Patriots practice squad. So the Patriots picked him up. Demetrius says no, he don't want Zach Mccloud back. Future commentator Kendall says, "Hell no." Oh God. Says Go Canes 25 says no. James Brown said 53 should have left last season. Sheesh. Phil said yes. I want Zach to come back, not to start and play. Huh? Why would you want him to come back if he's not going to start or play? He's just going to be wasting up a seat on their roster. Say no. Flag need to start getting snaps ASAP. Flag Flag has been in his own he's basically been in his own way right now. If Flag and all those guys step it up, learn the playbook, learn the signals, learn the defense, Flag would be on the field more often and you'll see more of Flag. But it's kind of on him right now. He just got to step it up and learn. Zach can go. He said no thanks. No. He'll be a good leader and help guys' development. We need depth people. But I mean, but you're saying keep him, but not to start or to play. So he's just on the team holding a spot where somebody else could be, we could have somebody else developing. I mean, being a good leader, is great, but we want those leaders to actually be players that are playing on the field. I mean, if we need somebody to lead the guys and stuff like that, put that in the coach's hand, put that in the other players that are actually playing hand. But we don't want to have a player on the team that's, not playing at all, but just there to take up a space. Yeah. Let me see who else we got. Amari Carter. Amari Carter. Do you guys want Amari Carter to come back next season? Would you like to see Amari Carter back next season? Next season, Amari Carter. Would you guys like to see Amari Carter back next season? Okay, so Amari Carter, yes. Carter must stay and play linebacker. You say Carter, hell to the no. Oh my God, man. You say hell yeah. Carter definitely needs to stay, clean up his technique. Okay. Unless he play linebacker, then he can go. T2Y just came in on ESPN. Trevor has COVID. Yep. I mean, Phil broke it, but we all was doubting him, and then it came out. So shout out to Phil for breaking that. They show on my all right, Illinois. Take it easy, boss. And Norris, what's your score prediction? What's your early score prediction for the North Carolina game before you go? Amari Carter, yes, as a linebacker. No to Carter. No. Oh, he said Bleacher Report. Okay. He said he's not playing now. He said no to Amari Carter. He's not playing now. Man, that's a tough one. Oh man. Yes, he gets dogged through the one plate. I mean, I want to see him. Oh, $5. We got a $5 donation from BVD. Big Vol. You almost got me. We got a donation from BVD. It's official. Miami gets the first annual BVD Backer Award. Yeah, I mean, with the backer thing, for most of you guys don't know, if you guys don't know what he's talking about, it's basically saying that Tennessee, Texas, Miami, those teams, that basically has been looking, up and down throughout the years. Miami is looking a lot better than Tennessee and Texas right now. So we get the backer award. So I guess Miami is more backer than Tennessee and Texas. So we'll take it, but right now we don't want to take it too early because right now we 5-1 and we just want to continue keep going. We just want to keep going. We don't necessarily want the backer awards. We when we get into the ACC championship, start winning those, start winning, playoff games, start getting back into fighting for national championships, then we'll talk about being back. But hey, I appreciate that, BVD. Appreciate that $5 donation. Thank you. And of course, that's a touchdown for the channel. All right. So the Amari Carter, most of you guys are saying yes to Amari Carter coming back. Most of you guys are saying that he should come back as a linebacker, not a safety. Well, we'll see. I think Mari Carter probably one of those guys that definitely should come back, especially that he's not getting, a lot of play time due to all these targeting calls that's being against him. Thank you, BVD. And you guys make sure you guys check out BVD. Check out, BVD on his channel. And you can also check him out on the morning show with Uncle Lou. They do it every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So make sure you check out BVD's channel, and then check him out on Uncle Lou in the morning. I listen to him all the time. It's a fun pastime thing, and they don't just talk about football; they talk about other things too. Let me see. All right, so who else on this kid? Who else on this roster that are seniors that should come back this season in you guys' eyes? All right, so special teams. Jose Borregales. I don't even think I have to ask that question. I think most of the guys would say yes. That's our senior kicker, Jose Borregales. You guys think that Borregales should come back this season? Let's see who's there. Look before you open it. Axe.
Who's there?
Hold on. I'll be right back, guys. All right, so I'm back. Borealis. Everybody's basically saying yes to Borealis. Now, I just had a situation. So, basically, I got a new phone. I got the what you call it, the iPhone 12, and my other phone, my old phone. Basically, my kids been touching it. They've been trying to. They can't get in it because they need my password and they need basically my fingerprint to get in it. So what they did, the only number you could call is an emergency call with the phone. So 5 calls from my phone went to 911. So now the police just showed up at my door and is asking, do I have small kids calling 911? I was like, yeah, if my kids are here, they're basically been trying to use my phone, which this phone right now is locked up because they've been trying so hard to get into it. So basically the cops just came to my door and asked me basically, what's going on, or, I'm like, what the hell? Literally, oh my God, this is freaking crazy. Yeah, so now they can't touch my phone, and when I do put my phone down, I got to make sure that it's not in their reach because this is crazy, man. Thank goodness too that they send cops that are nice, and they talk pretty nice, and they understood because they heard the kid's voice in the phone and stuff. So ugh, crazy. So you selling coke? The only coke I'm selling is soda, pop, like they call it in New York, pop. Because I am a salesman for a beverage company, so I don't do none of that. But yeah, they called the cops 9 times, man, 9 times. That's crazy. 5 times. I'm sorry. All right, let's get back to this list. So basically, everybody says yes to Borealis, which that was expected. All right, we got a punter on the team that's a senior. Nah, not really gonna go over that. I don't even pretty much know this guy, but we don't really have any. Okay, so that we went through all the seniors. We went through all the seniors. So as far as all of them's coming back, that's tough. I mean, some of you guys want some of them back, and some of you guys say no. He said Headley is staying. I heard that too. I heard him says that he would come back and he wants to continue to further his education. He has an amazing story, by the way. Dropping out of high school, you know, getting his getting back into school. Period, getting his degree and all that stuff. There's a good story about him. DVD say, sound like you might have to keep the kids' asses within reach. No, I just need to keep the phone out of their reach because they're watching Disney Plus on my TV or whatever, and basically they got a hold of my phone. Now kids, you give them a phone or you put a phone in any reach and you're not around, they're gonna press everything on it, especially with these iPhones. They're going to try their best to open it, which that's why the phone is locked for an hour now. So you can't even unlock it for an hour. You know how iPhone goes. If somebody really is trying to, break into your phone, they lock it down for so long. But yeah, that was kind of crazy. That was kind of crazy. Not what I was expecting. When I got knocks on the door, I thought maybe my girl was knocking at the door and she had some stuff in her hand that, she didn't just open up the door herself. So that's kind of crazy. But Huh, that's trust me, BVD. This right here is nothing compared to 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, we came home. The kids, I have a couple groceries in my hand, so they run upstairs and they beat me to it. They beat me to the door. So normally they'll beat me to the door and they'll stay there and wait till I open up the door to let them in. My one of my twins decide that she wants to pull the fire alarm. So now the whole building, the fire alarm is going off. Looking around and I'm like, okay, there's nowhere to shut the thing off until the fire department gets here and, open it and reset the system, which is a long, if you know these fire alarms, they're very loud. So for a good 30 minutes, which should be a shame on the fire department for taking that long to respond. But and they not to mention that they're not even a mile down the road. So it's either something wrong with these alarm system in the building or the response is trash. But anyways, yeah, the fire alarm went off, the whole building, everybody's outside. Now, if you're a single guy, you would love this because the fire alarm goes off and pretty much every single person comes outside. So if you're a single guy, you get to basically see all that's in the neighborhood. You basically get the scope out. Oh, I never knew that person lived there. That person lived there. Oh, she's hot. Oh, she's pretty. And you know how that goes. But pretty embarrassing. The fire department, they talked to my younger daughter and boom, nothing happened. But I was just glad that I didn't get a fine or had to pay anything. But yeah, this calling first responders, it's got to stop. But yeah, man. Okay, so it's been confirmed that Trevor Lawrence has came down with COVID-19. Ooh. Yeah, it's starting to pop up everywhere now. It's on Sports Illustrated and everything else. Yeah, so Trevor Lawrence has came down with COVID-19. Now, hopefully Trevor Lawrence plays against Notre Dame. That's an that's another one, but who knows? For Clemson College, I think they'll get the win against Boston College, but it'll just show Clemson what they're gonna have without Trevor Lawrence. So that's tough for Clemson. Why couldn't he come down with COVID when we played? I'm just playing. Man, that's tough. You say will Jalen Phillips stay? Jalen Phillips is a freshman, bro. Yeah, ain't no way Jalen Phillips leaving. Actually, I'm sorry. I mean, nah, Jalen Phillips is a junior. I'm sorry, but I think he'll be back next season. He's been having a good year, but I don't think he's Why did I think he was a Why did I think he was a freshman for a minute? No, but Jalen will be back next season. I think he'll be back. I think he'll be back. He's like I said, he's having a good year, but I don't think he's having that signature year that he would want. I think he would want a couple more tackles for losses, sacks and stuff like that. But I think Jalen will be back. Yeah, there we go. I was thinking about Knighton. Trevor Lawrence didn't beat Miami. ETN did. He ran all over the. Yeah, I mean Trevor didn't beat Miami totally, but he did have his moments, especially after the targeting call and everything like that. He did make key plays for Clemson, so I'm not sure under the same amount of pressure that that backup quarterback. I don't know what he would do. Oh man, so Trevor Lawrence. You know what? I'm gonna put the link in the chat. So if anybody wants to come in, give their thoughts and opinions on everything that's going on in Miami, whether it's O line, whether it's wide receivers, running backs, Trevor Lawrence, even you know if you guys want to come in and give your thoughts and opinions, you're more than welcome. You don't have to show your face on the screen if you don't want to. If you want to, that's totally fine. And but the link is in the chat for anybody that does wants to come in and give their thoughts and opinion, especially about the North Carolina game. I've been holding off on talking about North Carolina State. I'm trying to wait a little bit more towards next week, so we could see what's going on, hear from the coaches again to see how they're progressing before we go into it. Okay, so I got CJ Kane. What's going on with you, boss?
Yeah, I know I'm late. I know I'm late.
Kinda, you kind of frozen. Yeah, CJ, you froze right now. Yeah, you froze. We can't hear, or you just frozen. Yeah, but the link is in the chat. If CJ wants to come back in, oh, there you go.
Yeah, my bad. I had switched from my data to the Wi-Fi. But other than that, yeah, I'm over here talking to my brother. That's why I ain't came on to just now. But I don't know. I hope we do good on this bye week. After this bye week, I know that much. Because if history repeats itself, it's not gonna look too good.
You
Running
heard
backs,
you heard
go ahead.
Sunshine. You heard that Sunshine got COVID.
Hey, I guess he's partied too hard, huh?
It's kind of tough. If you don't give boy on a like, y'all low down. Hey man, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me, please and thank you. I'm out when John Coffey gets. I'll tell him BBD say hello. BBD say hello, man.
Oh, tell us what's up, BB?
He said, "Do you have every?" Huh?
Yeah, do I, huh?
Um, um. Oh, do I have every jersey? No. No. This is Tony Graham. This is a background. This is not. I'm not actually in the locker room, man. This is a background. This is not real. I got a $2 donation from Miami Boy. He said, I'm out T2Y. Be easy. Go Canes. Thank
Yeah, I
you,
caught.
Miami Boy. I appreciate that, boss. Make sure you have a good night, man.
Yeah, I
That's
came
down
with
for
a
the
closer.
count. Thank you, sir. Really appreciate that, boss. All right. So Trevor Lawrence got COVID-19. So he won't be playing against Boston College. What's your
Well,
thoughts?
I guess they're gonna take their first L this season.
I think they'll get it done because they play Boston College next. Play Boston College. Yeah, their backup quarterback we'll get to see. Basically, if Trevor Lawrence don't come back next season, we'll get a glimpse of what Clemson will look like. You know, before they actually lose all the players to the NFL that they have that's NFL ready. But
They gonna get it for L. They gonna get it
yeah,
for
this
L.
is this is a background. This is a background. This is a green screen background.
Green screen, people.
I
Green
thought
screen.
about when I was gonna make my show. I wanted my background to be as Miami Hurricane as it could get. And I searched and I searched and I found this one, and I was like, this is like Miami all the way. This is everything that says Miami. This is what Miami's all about. You got Irvin, you got all the great players, all the former jerseys, helmets, and stuff like that. I mean, it's as good as Miami. You know, I mean, I could make a background, but I don't think a background like this. I don't think I can make something this great.
So you already don't went over the wide receivers, running backs, and all that stuff. That good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, well, I haven't touched on performance wise how we think they would do against North Carolina State, but I was trying to wait till next week to go through all of that so we could
Yeah.
have more information and more depth on who's gonna start and stuff like that.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah, and you probably missed the part where my kids called the police.
What? What?
Yeah,
Stop.
my old phone,
Yeah.
they took that phone and they couldn't get into it. So if you have my phone, you can't get into it. There's still the options of the emergency call.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they called the police like 5 times. Yeah, and 2 weeks ago they pulled a fire alarm. So I've been I've been having city officials come into my place where I don't really need them to come into my place, but it is what it is. Oh man,
I already know I caught the end of the show.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, and for those people in the chat, my videos, basically until the end of the season, whoever is in the comment section, if you're in the comment section at the end of the season, I'm gonna pull names out of a cup, and I'm gonna gift whoever wins. I'm gonna gift them the new Night 2.0, the new jersey, the new Adidas jersey that just unrolled. So whoever's in the chat and not in the chat, but whoever's in the comment sections, I'm gonna grab names. I'm gonna put them in a cup. I'm gonna pull from that cup on live. I'm gonna do it on live so everybody has a fair chance, and then I'll pull the name out. If the person is in the live at the time, then they can give me their size so I can order it, and then they'll have to give me their address on or wherever they want me to send it to on IG. But if I pull a name out of a cup and they're not in the live, I'm gonna push that name to the side and I'm gonna pull again. So somebody will win. So hopefully, when at the end of the season, I'll keep letting everybody know so everybody will know when the show is, when is the time that they could, win a jersey or whatever. And I'll do the live, pull the name out of the cup, and I'll pick a winner and send them the jersey. I mean, to me, I think it's a nice gift back to the fan base. It'll be close to Christmas time, and on top of that, you know, it's a great gift. It's a $120 Miami Hurricane jersey. I mean, if by then if by then you already have bought that jersey for yourself, you can also gift it to somebody else. Or let's say you win and you already got it. Well, your wife might be a large, so you might say, hey, send me a large one for a female to this address or whatever. gift it. You could gift it to somebody else if you've already got it. Um, you said what number they got so far? I've seen online they got the number one. That's the one they've been promoting, number one. But I'm pretty sure, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna check see if I can find any other number. So what you think's our chances on beating North Carolina State?
Should be a win. I mean, but same time, I don't know the way this offense is set up. I don't know how much longer our defense can keep being on the field as much as they do and keep on protecting the scoreboard. It just depends on what if the offense can do better at this passing game. As far as the receivers catching and the quarterback throwing accuracy, his accuracy being better consistently. It just depends on those two fragments. I mean, I get the old line is not all that great, but at the same time, they hold long enough for him to get the ball off sometimes. So he got to make the best of what he got, and he got to that running stuff. You got to figure that out a little bit better too. I understand they don't want to take a risk of getting him hurt, but sometimes you got to hold that ball and take it off yourself. But he be having lanes sometimes. But I don't know. I really don't. Me personally, I ain't really see nothing interesting about NC State. So I ain't really hearing nothing about us seeing them play no great defense. So it should be a win. Hopefully, ain't no struggle like over the last game. 'Cause that's gonna make us go down in the polls again. Because long as Big Ten back in the AP polls, it's over with. Shit, we can't keep having these low scoring games. Thinking we're gonna keep climbing in the ranks. That's not gonna happen. You gotta put up some numbers. Got to. That's the only way you're gonna move up in the ranking. So this getting by struggling shit every game. How many bad games and you can win having a bad day and you still win a game? How many more we gotta have with you? That
Yeah,
ain't gonna work in the AP poll.
right. It's right now those jerseys are so limited. 'Cause if right now I'm looking at it on the Adidas, this the new jersey. So far
I,
they only showing it in the number one.
I don't think nobody want a King jersey.
You better start hating on King.
I'm just saying that why so whoever asks what
Right.
number they got, I'm pretty sure they
So
don't want no one.
yeah, at this moment, size wise, they only got extra small, small, and medium, which you know, I'm pretty sure they'll have more in stock. But sizes that are pretty much sold out already. Large is sold out, extra large is sold out, 2X sold out, 3X, 4X. They've already sold those out. But I'm pretty sure in a couple months those size will be back in stock, and you know somebody will be able to buy a jersey their actual size, because I doubt most of the people in the chat. I doubt most of you guys are small or you know extra small or even medium.
I know we're gonna wear them jerseys when we play North Carolina. So that's when we're gonna see them.
Uh, I know when we see them, it's got to be a night game.
It'll be North Carolina.
Yeah, so that's pretty much for the jersey right there. The number is basically one.
Nobody want number one. People want 20, 52. Nobody want King's number.
They just want they're not. They're only provided it in one. That's pretty tough, man. That's
Nobody
pretty
want number
tough.
one. Nobody wants number one. We want 20, 52, anything but one.
Yeah, they just got it in number one. So when those if they open it up by the end of the season with a different number, then you won't necessarily have to get number one. You know, when I order it, when I pull the name, whoever wins and they order it, if they allow us to change the number, you're more than welcome to do so. And if they have different sizes, which right now they only have the extra small, small, and medium, if they have different sizes by then you'll get to pick a size. But if they don't have the size that you want in stock, then you might have to gift it to somebody, or probably wait. It's another option too. You don't necessarily have to buy it that same night. If they don't have the size that you want, you can come back to me, let me know on IG, hey, um they don't have my size, I want the jersey for myself. So whenever the size come up, you would have to keep an eye out on this website. So when the site shows that they're having your size, you hit me up on IG and I'll order it for you. So either way, you get it, whether you get it the night I pull it or you get it some other time. If they don't have your size, but if they don't have your size and you want to gift the size that they do have to somebody else, you're more than welcome to do that too. It's all on you, basically. But that's the new jersey.
Some people might want to know. Some people might want a number 5 jersey.
Yeah, see, even if I wanted this jersey right now, I wouldn't be able to, buy it because, of course, I ain't fitting no extra small, medium, or none of that. Unless she said somebody might want a number 5.
I want a number 5 jersey.
Hey, Amari Carter, man.
No, the Coastal Parrot.
Oh, that too? I thought you were talking about Amari.
No, nobody want no Target on the jersey with it.
Oh man, that's a dope jersey. Oh man, but Plug Off says number 0 like Sebastian.
Hey, anything better than 1.
That was the numbers I was gonna go for. I was gonna go for 21.
I was going for them 5.
Yeah, I was going for 21. 21. Shoot. If I wish they would actually let you put the name on the back of the jersey too.
You probably could.
Oh man.
My number would be 87.
You said, I'm guessing he meant to say good show, go Canes. Thank you for the $2 donation on John Shields. Really appreciate that, boss. I'm pretty sure that John Shields' name is gonna be in the cup because he's always commenting on the videos and stuff like that. So at the end, like I said, at the end of the season, put them names in the cup. I'll do it on live, do it on live for everybody, so everybody can see, everybody had a fair chance, pull a name. And I won't even pull the name myself. I'll just shake up the cup and I'll let one of the kids pull the name out. So, no, what? I'm gonna pull the name out because I don't want anybody that don't win be like, man, your daughter did this or your daughter did that, or your daughter know this person or that person. So I'll pull the name out. Thank you, John. That's a touchdown for the channel, boss. Really appreciate that, man. Yeah, man. CJ, leave King alone.
What? What?
Quarterback.
That's your quarterback.
Oh man, what you think? Turn giving up.
I saw that motherfucker do some damn powder on his damn line on one of them shows. I was like, you really do look like it. Now you really make yourself look. I know you're doing the entertainment, don't you? Make yourself look like a real crackhead.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen Turk give away anything. But I mean, if he does, what do you give out?
Some chicken. Honey chicken,
Honey fried chicken.
honey
Hey,
fried chicken.
I think by the time that reached from Australia, yeah, yeah, I don't think you would want to eat that.
Oh,
Said I wish, yeah, I wish so too, but it is what it is.
he did the right thing.
He said Turk giving out kangaroo meat.
Oh Lord.
Oh my god, that'll be interesting though. To be honest, that'll be some interesting stuff to taste, man. I'm not saying that I want to taste no kangaroo meat or nothing, but that'd be interesting. I don't think people eat kangaroos, do they? I
Shit,
don't
you
think
don't
I've
tell
ever,
her.
I don't think
Yeah,
I've
but
ever heard anybody eating kangaroo meat, but
and they eat octopuses and everything. Yeah, ain't no telling. Ain't no telling.
I mean, do you eat sushi?
I tried that shit and that shit was horrible.
What? Man, I love
That's,
me some sushi, man.
no, I don't want no damp ass rice and some wet ass shit. You know what? You want to know why Florida State losing? You want to know why they cursed? It's two reasons. One is because how they did Willie Taggart. Two, because they ain't got no real fucking Indian on their damn horse.
Oh man, he said turn go live, just get money from Micah guy. What's his name?
Damn.
He talking about Micah Ellis. Hey man, Micah Ellis a good dude, man. He one of those real good supporters, man. He one of those guys that believe in what Turntail is doing, and he always donates to his channel. He always support him, man. So I mean, shout out to Micah Ellis for always doing that. You know, as a YouTuber, when people donate and believe in what you're doing, and appreciate what you're doing, I mean it feels good. I mean, for me personally, if you donate, I appreciate it and I like it, but never feel pressured on this channel to ever donate $1.
Yeah,
As long as you guys are here, in the chat, chopping it up, hitting the like button, giving your thoughts and opinion, that's all that matters. If you donate, that's good. That helps out the channel, but never, I repeat, do not feel pressure to ever give $1 on this channel.
facts.
You know,
Would you like y'all commenting in the comment section and then hitting the like button and
this this
subscribing and
this to me is like it's like a family.
yeah,
I want everybody to come in, chop it up, give their thoughts and opinions. I mean, I give my thoughts and opinions all day. If you don't agree with anything I say on the show, you're more than welcome to debate me, give your thoughts and stuff like that. It is what it is. But don't nobody feel pressure to give $1. Yeah, man. But I mean, it is what it is with Turnt though, man. Turnt go live. Turnt got certain fans that love what he do and stuff like that. And even though me and Turnt had a issue, I still wish good on him. And believe it or not, every now and then I'll go over to his channel and he'll be doing his shows and stuff like that. Now I still hit the like button for him, even though me and him ain't really talking or on good terms. I still hit the like button for him. Which I even told you that, TJ, on the
yeah.
phone, because I don't wish him no bad or nothing like that.
Well, I gotta go, dog.
He
I'm
said,
gonna go back in with my brother. Talk to him for a little bit longer.
all right, well, I'm about to end the show, guys. I appreciate y'all coming through. We almost going on 3 hours now, so we had a good show. We had a good dialogue, talked about different things, and throughout the week, we'll pick it back up with North Carolina. We'll focus more on North Carolina State, you know, next week.
Yeah,
But Sunday, go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and look at some film on NC State and then after I'll be able to give a better analysis of what I think about it. Think
Yeah,
about that team.
I'll be live on Sunday at 4 o'clock after, so basically all the college football games this week, they'll wrap up and me and Polk County know Florida State guy, we'll talk about, pretty much the ACC games and college football game breakdowns. And then we'll look forward to, Miami versus North Carolina and then Florida State versus whoever they play. So we'll talk about that on Sunday at 4. And I'll keep letting people know about the jersey giveaway so a lot of people, will have an opportunity to participate.
And I'll probably be there Sunday. Yeah, I should be on the live Sunday.
And
I should be on.
depending on how good it turned out, if the people are really showing up to the video, hitting the like button and commenting and stuff like that, and it's a lot of comments that came in from a lot of different people, I might end up doing two jersey giveaways instead of one. But just check and see how it turns out. Anyways, guys, thank y'all for coming through. It's been a hell of a night. We talked crazy with Henry Lee a little bit.
Dang, I missed that.
Yeah, you missed Henry Lee.
Oh man.
We talked about Trevor Lawrence, COVID-19, players that we want to see come back. We talked about, what the coaches have been saying throughout the week and, the jersey giveaway and stuff like that. So, thank y'all for coming through. Y'all have a good night. Go Canes all day, every day.
It's still busted.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys and good